you there. $5. What WTF was the jurisdiction does Bran have over the Night's Watch? That his border by Winterfell that is independent now. What the hell? R.I.P. Danny, right? Alex Lynch. Alex Lynch. Alex Lynch. I just watched it and I don't know what to say. This was all anticlimactic. As I said in my long night video, anticlimactic. What a waste of my life. Useless hack writers, agreed. Homar Olivares for $4.99, no comment. Thank you so much for the donation. Mr. Brinsky, $5. I doubt you care or if you've heard, but what do you think about Activision basically canceling Call of Duty 2020? You know what? I don't play the game. Why do you think they why do you think they canceled the game? Is it like jingoism, or is it lack of sales, or is it masculinity? What I mean, I need to know the context, because then I would care. I would absolutely care. If it was just low sales and it sucks, sure. But if they canceled something that's successful because of the current environment in games in Hollywood, I would care. Although it's their right to do it, but I'd still care. Snoop da Hoop. Snoop da Hoop, which is 20 Norwegian crowns. Now, can they break the wheel when Bran has 2? Yes. Yes. 6 turning, 4 burning, $5. In my opinion, the best series finale is Star Trek: The Next Generation. All good things, with Q coming back. It's the best one I've seen, along with the Newhart finale and MASH. Ethan Brukowski, $14.99. John's story was ruined due to subverting expectations. Him being the true heir meant basically nothing. The whole last season destroyed everything from before. I take that back. I take it all back. Best finale I have ever seen. Blood sugar's a little low right now. Angel, season 5. John's story was ruined due to subverting. Thank you, Ethan Brukowski. Common Sense America, $3.99. Almost flipped my coffee table when John Pett goes. I know, I cheered. I actually cheered. YOLO. Oh, YOLO. Well, you don't want to call me YOLO because that's a Pentashi name, right? New Game of Thrones viewer, when should I stop watching? Never stop watching me. Don't watch anymore. No, Game of Thrones is not a series you can just watch a little bit and stop and get anything out of. I mean, stop watching right now. You're wasting all your time. Because it's one giant overarching story. I guess if you want to stop watching after season 4, but that's going to be the most unsatisfying end, but it makes more sense than what we got. It makes more sense of what we got. What would you recommend? Season 3, season 4? Cynical Lindsay for $1.99. I guess Bran kind of forgot he's not Bran anymore, right? Hans Mercier. Jon kills Dany. Drogon breathes fire on Jon. Jon doesn't burn because he's a Targaryen. Unsolid and Dothraki rush to kill Jon. Drogon kills them, defend Jon. Tell me that wouldn't be better. It's better, Hans. Farm Ing, thank you for the $1. Phoenix Rising, 3-7. Jon was effed over. No loyalty given. And he's a Targ. He initially defended Dany, and Tyrion ratted him. They felt he might be the Mad Gene. Yeah, maybe. Omar, thank you for the $5. Omar Olivares, $4.99. Why do we still need a Night's Watch after these? Jon should have killed Night King and Arya Dany. Chris Stanley, $2. Agreed. King Lord, Canadian, $2. During the council, Sam has a bottle of water by his feet. Oh, somebody called this last night. Look at that, King Lord. Very good. Somebody was on top of it. Why do you still need Night's Watch and the free folk are friends no more? White Walkers? Thank you, Omar. Exactly. How'd he do it? This season turned Jon Snow into Ross from Friends, right? Oh, God, that's a great analogy. How'd he do it? Okay, we're on the last page of last night's Super Chats. Woo! Holy shit. That is great. I got a voice. Hang on a second. I think I'm un momento, por favor. That's on private. There we go. Uploading the thumbnail. I'm getting the video ready. I'm doing this live in the air. Live in the air. Uploading the thumbnail. What do we want to title that? Game of Thrones. You know nothing, Jon Snow? No. Fans. I don't know how to. Half these damn words I don't know how to spell. Hang on. We've got to go to my bookmarks. So, Christy, this is the article you were talking about, and I got to get the culpable. Okay, back to you guys. Deonta. Oh, wait, is this from last night or? Yeah, this is okay. Chris Dale, how do you do it? Thank you. A weird nomad, $5. That was Jorah sitting next to Sam. They forgot he was dead, and the deaf Dornish dude was not Quentin Martell. No, Quentin's dead. Was he deaf? How did we know he's deaf? He didn't say anything. Michael Weir, thank you for the $5, Weird. Michael Weir, $20. If you're going to listen to Lord of the Rings, you should start with the Silmarillion. I'm going to, by the way. You're on to me, Michael. Thank you. The Rabbit Nemo. I'm actually Lord of the Rings watch party, Nerdrotic Live this Saturday at like 8 p.m. Pacific time. Join me. My dogs. The ending is basically The Sopranos and Jumping the Shark's ugly baby. Says Rabbit Nemo for $5. They're just going to bark. There's nothing. I got to wait. Mrs. Nerdrotic's home. Phoenix Rising, 357, $10. Bran keeps saying, I'm not Bran. I'm something else. And everything else is okay with this. W2F. When the people see that King's staring off and monotone, they're going to say, what the heck is this? Yeah, and he hasn't proven his power at all. Lena Snow, $5. George R. R. Martin said on 60 Minutes interview that all the main characters alive at end of the show will be alive at the end of the book. He did say that, okay? And he's going to stick with that because he was asked 3 times whether the ending is going to be like the ending in the books, and he couldn't answer. But I'll go back and watch that, and I will. But Lena, thank you. Deonta Centers, $1.99. Grey Worm passed Ramsay as the worst villain. I don't know. No, God, no. I don't agree with that at all. That is it. We are squared up on super chats from last night. We are indeed. Now I got to remember where okay. All right, Mongoose McQueen, $2. Bob Iger praised Dan and Dave on the finale episode. That is the kiss of death. Right there. That is the same thing as an owner after like a coach like botches the worst game ever, and an owner goes, he gives him the vote of confidence. That was the vote of confidence. Oh, it's over. Dan and Dave trilogy. If they have the trilogy, they might be executive producing and overseeing it right now, but creatively they're not involved anymore. That's done. Or Star Wars, go ahead. You know what? Star Wars, if you want, I would have been very good this year. I want you to have a Dan and Dave written, Rian Johnson directed Star Wars trilogy. I want that to happen as much as I want the A-Force movie to happen. And I want it to be directed by Brie Larson. Please. And have Phoebe Waller, what's-her-face, write the script. Please. I want to keep YouTubing for a little while. I'm just kidding. Not really. I found Snowflame figure. God, I can't believe you found a Snowflame figure. What was the point of Varys heard in the flame? Katzen, I've been asking that for 8 seasons. The book will tell us. You know what? A guy loses his Johnson to the flame for a phone call, It deserves an explanation, right? Blue Collar Daily, $2. I thought 6 Feet Under had a great ending. Unsub HBO. It did. And then the guy wrote True Blood and gave us a True Blood ending. And F that guy. Shot CC, Canadian $5. If brand new Tyrion was going to name him king, then he wouldn't. Then how would he know that Danny wasn't going to go crazy? Why would he tell someone what the hell or what the F? Joey, 45X151499. Do you have any faith in the Lord of the Rings series? I hope they don't kill the books and already great movies. If they go woke, it's dead. They need to tell the story and not care what the, you know what? It's because Hollywood has given so much power to the Mary Sues of the world, who honestly, more people in one day watch world-class bullshitters backlog than go to Mary Sue in the entirety of their day for an article. I'm even talking not even new videos. I'm talking backlog. Like nobody goes to these websites anymore. They get no traction, but they continue to listen to them. Like the print and the digital print has power anymore. That's over. That's so 2015. Come on. No, I don't have faith if they go woke, Joey. Viking Finn, $5. Replace Mad Queen with Demon Possessed Man. Another brilliant movie by Tyrion. Moved by Tyrion, right? Yeah, I said movie. See? Blood sugar. Michael Deich for $2. Sophie Turner calls fans disrespectful. Oh, wait till Dark Phoenix comes out. Loquacious Primate, $5. I predict Brand would want. She's the one who's been telling people are going to be disappointed all year. They weren't. I think they were expecting a little bit of backlash. I don't think any of them were expecting this, and they're worried now. And they're gonna. And you know how you tell they're worried, folks, because this isn't here in the Fandom Menace. This ain't our first rodeo. We've been attacked for the last 2 years, so this is just the next in line. Loquacious Primate, $5. I predicted Brand would wind up on the throne as start a season without spoilers because it seemed like the stupidest, most unlikely possibility. Good prediction. Go Birds, $2. I predicted Tyrion, so I was kind of right. If they mark, by the way, Death Pool predictions will be, we'll go over that Wednesday, and we'll do PO Box. Race, if they make an Arya spinoff with good people, will people be happy? Go Birds, $2. No, people will always want to go back to Westeros. They will never do a spinoff in the future, ever. Movie Maniac 86, 400 Huffington Post. McGee rebooting Two Lies for Disney++. We're doomed. True Lies. Oh, it's going to be a female True Lies, isn't it? It's going to be a female True Lies where they objectify men. Disney. Crash and burn. Crash and burn. Please make it, please. I dare you. Go woke. Go woke. Please, just do it. Doctor Who fans, you know what I'm talking about. When he's at season 3 or season 2, at the end of season 2, when the Cybermen and the Daleks are at Torchwood, and Torchwood is messing with dimensional travel, causing the ghosts, and David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, explains to them, he cracks the window, he says, every time you mess with one of these dimensional portals, you crack reality. And he gets a sonic screwdriver and he cracks the window, and it keeps cracking and it keeps cracking, and he's all, this is what you're doing to time and reality. And the woman at Torchwood, with the good looking one, says, I don't believe you. And then he finally goes, okay, fine, go ahead, start it up. And she's all, what? He's all, no, really, go ahead, start it up. Let's see what happens. But you just said, no, go ahead, start up. Okay. And then she goes, maybe we shouldn't start it up. That's where I'm at right now. That's me. Go ahead. Woke as possible. Crank it up. 10 seasons of Batwoman. See what happens. See what happens to the superhero genre. See what happens to comics. See what happens to fandom. You will see the rise of independent created works. You're already seeing it. Comics has always been a portent, a foreshadowing to everything in entertainment, as music used to be. Look what's happening with comics right now. We got the Indiegogo thing happening. and it's people noticed, and all of a sudden you're seeing creators going, maybe I don't want to make, listen, these big publishers can't compete anymore. They can't compete with that stuff. Listen, radio is freaking out right now because of live streaming. Completely freaking out because morons like myself can turn on a microphone and an internet connection and connect with people. And what do you need radio for anymore? I'm not going to break every 15 minutes for a commercial, and I'm not going to put commercials on my live stream. So where did I go with that? See, this is what happens when I get fucking, that was me talking about going woke. Because of True Lies. That's right. Robert Calderon for 99 cents. Thank you for the donation. Nikki Palavasa for £2. At least they should give us a Grey Worm versus John, right? Peter Davison. Hi, properly. G'day. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the 99 cents. Cleve Burvin, $5. It's okay, Gary. I just want to go be on Patreon twice. Once under my real name and once under my pen name. By the way, I got my comics a few days ago. Thanks. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy them. You're quite welcome. And yeah, I'll keep you on there twice. I don't care. Thanks, man. Josh Curtis, Canadian, $5. So the Unsolid and Dothraki left. Why is John at the wall? Well, the Dothraki stayed. They just don't give a crap. Catherine Gear, $5. The real reason fans hate the last season of the Game of Thrones is Scientific America article. Check it out. Wordy, but very smart. I will check it out, Catherine. Thank you. Wisdom Minari for $5. John was burned in season 1 from fire. Oh, that's right. He was. That's right. I completely forgot that. Also, we're going to pretend a giant freaking dragon couldn't bite, claw, or kill the MFer anyway? Exactly. It wasn't that. It made no sense. God damn, this thing jumped on me. Catherine Greer, thank you. Luminara, 843, $5. The new term for jumping the shark should be stabbing the queen. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Although it happened before that, yes. Honestly, I think stabbing Oberyn Martell was the time it died. Lisa Valentine, $1.99. Bran dies and inhabits another body, right? Maybe. He could warg. Nathan O'Brien. Missed my super chat from last night. Don't panic. Nathan O'Brien, I read it. This was a super chat square up. And I read it. Asan Khan. Bran making all bathrooms handicap accessible. Yes. So if anybody's just arriving or unless you've stayed here for all 3 hours, I have been squaring up super chats from last night. All live stream, and I've been mixing them in back and forth with super chats. Nathan, I definitely read yours. The actor who portrays Bran watches Watchmen exactly once and learns who Dr. Manhattan is. I don't know what my I know what I want from my character. Keep up the great work. Sorry, you couldn't make the collector scream. Yeah, Salvador, I am sorry. But thank you for the $9.99. I can't right now. I can't do anything right now. I was supposed to go on with Mahler afterwards, and I couldn't. I was so tired. But we'll do something in the future. Legend of the Seeker rushed a better ending. Legend of the Seeker. Yes, I heard it. Yes, that was a Raimi show. That's right. Rhaegar, thank you for the $1.99. Bean Jelly, $2. Have an 80s Dark Phoenix figurine I can buy? I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Yes. Dark Phoenix? Yes. Hang on. I had to think about it. She's way back there. I'm going to point and show the camera. So I have a famous covers Dark Phoenix. Right. Can you see? I mean, she's like way behind everything. You see, she's in between Spider-Woman and the Red Skull. Right there. Yeah. There. See? Ask and you shall receive. I got the figures. I got them. Oh, shit. Everything. I look like a Dutch angle. I look like I'm in Star Trek Discovery. Jesus Christ. Legend of the Seeker, Dark Phoenix figure. Yes, but you got to email me. Gary at nerderotic.com. Dyer Mudok for £10.99. The plot holes are just unacceptable and laughable. Jesus, why would Grey Worm not kill John for killing Danny as soon as he found out why? Love the content, man. You have a new fan here. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you for all the new subscribers. It's been a record month. We on May 1st, I believe I had 63,000. And so I've gotten a lot. It's been a lot. So I want to keep it going. I want to get 100. I really want to hit 100 and then take a nap. But I'm having tons of fun. This is so much fun. I'm going to have another sip of Pete's for the working man. All right. Side note, at least anime hasn't turned by this SJW woke bullshit, although we're trying over here. At least not in a widespread way. If you're looking for good fantasy series, try Berserk from 1997 or Attack on Titan. Love Attack on Titan. Love it. Madeline Thornley, $10. Thank you, Madeline. Sean Genki for $1.99. A girl has no one. A girl is Christopher Columbus. And there, we are done. So I will double check right now to make sure. If I've missed anybody, oh, there we go. Matthew Duckford, Australian $2. What do you think we will see? When do you think was? Oh, I asked her that. December 2020 is when I think Wins a Winner is going to come out. Candice Marie, $5. The ending was perfect. John went north, Drogon went east, Arya went west, and the show went south. Oh, that wins. Super chat of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Candice Marie. For $5. The ending was perfect. John went north, Drogon went east, Arya went west, and the show went south. That was great, Candace. Darth Vader's disembodied charred phallus. You're a world-class bullshitters fan. All hail the world-class bullshitters and Jeff over there. We love that guy. And Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, and Mahler, and Rags, like they need my help. And Word of Wolf, and Dictor Van Doomcock, my YouTube bestie. That sounded pretty okay. But I don't care. And Mecha Random, and Midnight's Edge, and Midnight's Edge After Dark. John Talks Star Wars, Anna That Star Wars Girl, Jesse Milestone, SC Reviews. Did I say John Talks? John Talks. Comics Division, my buddy Comics Division, and a bunch of other people. I just did my shouts out. Ooh, I need to eat something. Day 128, laying on the shores of Mustafar. A trooper died to put me into a hot dog bun today. It's the first time anyone has touched me since Padme. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh yes, all of my favorite channels are linked on the channel to the right. They're called Friends of Nerdrotic. So go to the main channel, look to the right. Everything, I endorse all of them. And goddamn, that was funny, you son of a bitch. Butch Brosnan, $2. Keep up the great work onto the Inquisition. Yes. By the way, there. Okay. So by the way, I just added Christy. So Christy, both Christies are going to be moderators. I'll get the other Christy later. God damn, that was funny. So the Inquisition is a show on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. It's me and Doomcock. It's every Sunday. We're gonna jump channels, and it's just, I mean, it's gonna have a format. We're gonna be taking pop culture to task, but we're also gonna point out stuff we like. So it's gonna be a yin and yang. But yeah, there'll be a lot of great vengeance and furious anger, and then there'll be like, here's something good. Here's something good. Yeah, it's, you know what? It's too bad terrestrial radio is, I mean, it's still around. I love it. But they don't have like a good nerd talk show. And Yeah, that's too bad. I would hate to break every 15 minutes though. That would suck. So I'm going to stay right here. Thank you, Butch Bronson, for the $2. Thank you, Christy Miller. Again, I'm going to double check. If I missed anybody, I'll make up for it on Wednesday. You all have a great day. Game of Thrones, goddamn, that was terrible. So my breakdown review, I'm going to eat a little bit, and then I'm going to put it out tomorrow morning, and there'll be a video coming out on this channel in about 20, 30 minutes. It's a Jon Snow article or a Kit Harington article that Christy pointed out. Please go to nerderotic.com for my live stream schedule. You guys are brilliant. And please, please consider subscribing. Consider just once and hitting the like button. It really helps. And I will see you next Wednesday for the Nerderotic Nooner. May the free folks sing songs of your greatness. Ciao, everybody. And thank you, Wrenches. You're brilliant.
Tyrion, and he's a prisoner and he's going to be executed. But then, lo and behold, they start listening to him, and he basically starts rearranging the entire power structure and nominates Bran for king, and Bran becomes king, and he's standing there, basically in chains and a prisoner, but he's holding them all captive, just a captive audience, spellbound by his eloquence and his bullshit. In an endless scene that I'm still not entirely convinced has ended. I think
it's still going, actually.
I think it feels like it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Really? Think about it, dude. I mean, it was painful. It was fucking painful. Nothing happened in this episode. You could sum this up in a paragraph, literally. That's how razor thin the goddamn plot was. And then it was supposed to be funny. Ultimately, like the council with Tyrion being the hand and arranging the chairs, they took time to show him neatly arranging the chairs around the table. That was like how many minutes? 5 minutes? 4 minutes? I don't know.
Too long. I don't need that scene. I don't need Arya side boob. You know what I needed? Background on the Night King. I needed more Night King. So out of these 6 episodes, 2 episodes stuff happened. Everything else was just really predictable, setting things up. And I just think about some of the deaths, like poor Theon. If he'd have just waited a couple minutes, he'd have been fine. And they justified within this episode, Daenerys killing all the children and stuff was Jon was going, you don't understand. Her best friend got her head cut off and her dragon died. It's like, dude, your dad got his head cut off. You had to kill one of your friends to infiltrate the wildlings. You were you're damn near responsible for the death of the one woman you truly loved, Ygritte. And everybody, man, drinks up for Ygritte. Okay. Jon Snow didn't know shit. She was kissed by fire, and we love Ygritte. But, oh, God damn it. It's character regression, bad writing. They were in a hurry to get to Star Wars, and it's obvious,
man. And look at all that. I mean, look at where everyone wound up. Was there any goddamn inkling at all that Arya would basically become Popeye the Sailor Man, sailing off to the edge of the map? And one thing, it doesn't say here there be dragons, because there'd be no more dragons. It's, I don't know, he's pissed off north or somewhere. I don't know. He's with Santa at the North Pole or some shit. And he carried her away. He carried Daenerys away.
Yeah, he carried, and Bran said he's gonna go look for the dragon, and he comes in for a second, says, "Hey, Council, how's it going? I'm gonna go look for the dragon later, Council." And they have a little funny scene where they can't say, hail to the king, all right. And we have a big long scene where Brienne is writing in Jaime's stuff in the White Book, and all the other plot threads, which, I mean, there's so many I can't count, have been just left. What about Essos? What about the rest of the world? Where's Daario Naharis? Do you think he's going to be a little mad about this? I mean, nothing is solved. Zero is solved. The Unsolid are going to go to Noth. Okay. Jon's in Night's Watch. And Cersei, not Cersei, Sansa is Queen of the North, because, which again, that could happen in the book. I could see it. Sure, why not?
It's just who cares at this point, though, is the problem. Was there anything that we actually cared about?
No.
There was absolutely zero engagement for me. Zero in this fucking.
The Lord, even after all this stuff, the only way I could see the Lords agreeing to the North being an independent kingdom, especially when a Northerner is on the throne for the Iron, they're going to go, wait a minute, is if maybe they fought all the dead and they, united and saw, facing death, and they decided they need to change their ways. None of these Lords were at King's Landing. They would have gone, no. I don't think the North, we need your taxes, and you're either going to have an independent kingdom or you're not going to have one of your kids on the throne. Hell no. I don't buy it in this world. And it was for the subversion of expectations of anybody defending this show now. I mean, that was the most slapdash, basic bitch stuff ever, period. Yeah. So I think we should get to some super chats. But welcome everybody here. It's time to get to you. I want to hear your questions, your thoughts. Somebody said it's a 10 out of 10 episode. Hey, that's cool. No, if you liked it, great. Fine. No judgment there.
No.
But I did not. And I didn't like season 7. Although it had some good battles. This didn't even have good battles. This had nothing. Chris Persia, Canadian $2. A Game of Thrones. Doomcock strikes back. Damn straight. He's ready. Jeff.
Yeah, it's disgusting, dude.
Jeff McKelvey, who is sending you an Orville, by the way, $5. Hail Gary and Doomcock, no plug needed. Letting you guys know that I'm finished up with the Orville and Rocinantes as we speak. I hope to send it out tomorrow. That is awesome. So no plug needed. Whatever. 3dtrekker.com. 3dtrekker.com. Go check it out if you like the Orville. He made me an Orville. I can't grab it right now. I'll try to grab it for the episode. It's great. And the Rocinantes from The Expanse. By the way, Game of Thrones fans, I have 2 messages for you. Okay. Unsolicited advice. If you want a good show, get Amazon Prime and watch The Expanse. And you know how you can save that money? The only way we could show HBO our dissatisfaction with this is to unsubscribe. Unsubscribe from HBO. I mean, do what you want. I'm going to unsubscribe from HBO tomorrow, live on the air, actually. So, and I think many of you should do that too, to show them, hey, we were really into the show. We were really invested. We would have stayed for longer. We would have stayed for more. We would have been okay with new showrunners, really, really okay with new showrunners. And you broke your promise with the audience. There is one thing that, hey, we tried and we failed and we did our best. That I understand. That's not the case here. This was rushed. Dan and Dave are out there saying we want a life. Then quit the show. You don't own this show. Quit the show. And I'm sure they're probably rolling their eyes at that. But, well, your legacy just got screwed. Your big show, your big claim, the thing that if you landed the ending, you guys would have been legend. Well, you are now for a completely, it subverted your expectation of what your legacy would be for Game of Thrones. How's it feel? Karma's a biatch.
It is. And may I read out a tweet that I sent out during the show? I think it really sums up my feelings on this matter. Because, Benioff and Weiss have gone on vacation or sabbatical. They have left social media for the time being, and they are tuning out because they don't want to hear us. And so I went ahead and sent this out. I said, Game of Thrones is even worse than I feared. Fuck you, Benioff and Weiss. Fuck you. Fuck you. You go off and hide as long as you want. When you come back, we'll be waiting. Sooner or later, you will have to listen to just how much you ruined Game of Thrones and how much you failed. You think that you can just skip away and, we'll just stay off for a week and then everything will just be right as fucking rain? Well, the rains fall in Castamere, motherfuckers. And you have a drubbing coming. You have an excoriation in the public digital square. You have a lot of nasty tweets waiting for you. And when you come back, that's okay. We'll just keep our pens dry until you come back, and then you will hear what we have to say. You cannot shut us up. We're not just going to forget about it. Unless you're getting off Twitter and Facebook and everything else forever, we can just wait. Don't worry. We'll wait.
Fandom is a sword without a hilt. I just replaced that with magic. That's what it is. It's double-edged, and it's something you need, but it can cut. And it's going to cut. And I can hear some people out there on YouTube telling us to be quiet. We should sit back and enjoy it. What are you getting so worked up for? Go do your own thing over there and let me do mine and yours too. Brendan Horn, $2. So leaks seem to have been 100% accurate. Ding. I wish I had a ding. Because yes, they were. Lulz, $5. Now I know what you're thinking, Gary. You're thinking if you bury Game of Thrones up there in the cemetery with Star Wars, it'll come back. Don't do it, Gary. Don't do it. Don't bury it in the cemetery. They keep coming back. They do. By the way, don't forget to sign a petition. It's over 1 million signatures. And I would love to see every person who signed a petition unsubscribe to HBO and subscribe to Doomcock. And Nerdrotic, I usually don't ask for that, but please subscribe. We're free for now, and we'll try not to let you down. I'm not going to say I'm going to stick every landing, but I'll try. I'm not going to go on to another project and forget about you guys. You are the project.
Yes.
Lulz for $2. Sometimes dead is better. All those characters who died before season 6 got off so much better. And before I end the night, I want to tell the story of the actor who played Barristan Selmy, who is a huge fan of the books and how they did him. And that's another storyline that they could have kept in and it would have made things better. By the way, Barristan's still alive in the books and he's got point of view chapters. This is a day of reckoning for Dan and Dave are going to get all the heat right now, but it's going to be focused at George after that. And maybe George doesn't give a crap. He's 70 and great. I recommend you don't. But that whole, I was talking about making your best effort to fulfill your promise with your fans by writing your story instead of going off to cons and editing other books and starting other projects and starting 5 prequels. And that's what, that's why I'm mad at HBO. They've already started working on the prequels and they just went, oh, give the fans whatever. They'll eat up whatever and they'll be back in a year for the prequels. And you know what? They might be right, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be quiet about it.
I doubt it. I mean, who the fuck is going to be interested in this shit other than people like us that have to review it?
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't. The book would be closed on this show. And anything related to it. I basically do not give a shit, nor do I give a shit about the books at this point. I've never read them, and I'm certainly not going to now unless they all come out, it's all finished, and then somebody tells me, hey, Doomcock, it's okay. They don't do the same things that they did in the show. It ends better. Then, when it's complete and done, I might go ahead and read it. But as of this point, my interest in this is the same as Blutarski's grade average in Animal House, 0.0.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Rowdy Hitman, Australian $5. Why are people surprised? I'm going to do a terrible Australian accent. D&D said for years their primary goal was doing Game of Thrones to get to the Red Wedding. Was a bonus for them that they got further. Well, that's not the bonus for the audience. If they just wanted to get to the Red Wedding, then find somebody else to take the rest of the show. Honestly, if they would have done that, they would have been legend because people would have gone, man, it was so much better when Dan and Dave were doing it. It's like, it's legacy. Legacy matters in Hollywood. I know you want to jump, you want to take your opportunities as they come along. I do understand that, but Star Wars fans, I'm sorry. I know you're like, well, it'll be different. No, it won't. No, it won't. Deadpool, Wolverine Origins, sold mouth shut. End of story. Jeff McKelvey, $5. This is the way Game of Thrones ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. A boring whimper. A crying Jon Snow. McQueen. This is how they do the fans who spent a decade with this show. Truly sad. Yeah. And damaging the trust with the network. And this stuff happens. Sci-fi's had a tough time since they canceled The Expanse. because people are
Yeah, well, deservedly so. I
Yep.
mean, now I don't know if that was planned all along or whatever, but you shouldn't take the rap for that. You shouldn't. You don't want to willingly be the show. The network that cans a great show for no goddamn reason. It's just fans will not forget, and we will not forgive. And HBO has a bit, and then they have the balls to go ahead and run that goddamn Watchmen shit ahead of this episode, like saying, hey, if your ass doesn't hurt enough after this screening, come on back in a few weeks and Lindelof will turn you inside out, backwards and forwards, with your colon hanging out.
Yeah.
To paraphrase the Bee Gees in a song that they did on their tragedy album.
Damon Ingalls for $1.99, and no question, but thank you for the donation, Damon. It is truly appreciated, and thank you all to super chat. You keep the lights on here. It allows me to do this full time. More live streams, more content. There is more to come. More to come, folks. Damon Ingalls, $1.99. Why the hell is John trying to justify Danny's actions? Because they wrote it. After every episode, Dan and Dave have to explain all the characters' motivations.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Because we're not going to get it from their writing alone. We have to actually have them basically arguing every week at the end. It's like the case for why we don't suck. It's like, well, it just didn't feel right. We could have had an ending that was, I don't know, good, but it just didn't feel right to have a good ending because everyone expected a good ending. And so, yeah, we wanted to go ahead and be original by delivering them something that they didn't want. That's quality.
Yeah, I think the ending kind of forgot to be good. It forgot about being good. Jay, $2. Worst goodbye sex ever. D&D send their regards. Oh, well, at least they didn't ask for change. Warren Roar, $1.99. Just as bad as Last Jedi. What a waste of time. Yeah, it was a long Last Jedi. A long, boring Last Jedi.
It was, and didn't like the scene where he basically slips it to Daenerys and not the D, but the D. That whole thing looked cheap as fuck. The whole thing, it looked like basically what it was, which was a cutscene in a video game. I mean, did you notice that?
Yeah.
Now, the exteriors of the castle look pretty goddamn good. I mean, I thought that those looked good, and the dragon vanishing over the battlements was a really nice shot. But then inside the actual throne room, it looked like a cutscene from some fucking game from, 2007.
I was expecting to see like the uncanny valley, like their mouths didn't move right. Cause yeah, I totally agree. The good, okay. Like you said, the dragon scenes, like where Drogon is, anguishing over Daenerys dying and melting the throne. That was, the dragon itself looked pretty cool. The dragon under the snow, the dragon facing Jon, but that big money shot with the dragon like spreading its wings behind Daenerys did not look good at all.
God. Those of you who haven't seen it, you don't want to, but they open the doors and there's the Dragon Queen carefully posing with Drogon right at the right distance behind her so that it looks like she has wings. Get it? Did you get it?
I'd show you a screenshot, but Warner Brothers is gnarly with the copyright strike. So sorry, folks. You put it in your video and I'll put it in mine. Hooks and Stitches, $2. At least Jon petted Ghost. Sigh. And yeah, it was a good little scruffy little, and I was very happy to see that. It kind of was a happy. Jon got what he wanted. He's with Tormund, and I would do that too if I was if the gate closed behind me. I'm like, wait a minute, no more sex? Yeah, wildlings. But I'm gonna point out that it's winter and they're going north. That's about the dumbest thing you can do. It wasn't just. I mean, they were running from the White Walkers, but the wildlings would have loved to have gone south during any winter. It was the wall preventing them from doing so, but now there's a big hole in it, and they were actually offered lands. There's a place called the Gift, and yeah, they could have settled it. Why not? Boy,
Well, dude, now you say it's winter. I don't think it's winter anymore.
probably not.
I'm sorry, dude. When Tyrion emerged from his cave and he saw his shadow, that meant winter was over. You know, he's like basically the the dwarf equivalent of a groundhog, and he came out of his cell and he saw his shadow, and that was it. It was it. The robin sang. I mean, it really was sunny. It wasn't cold. It wasn't biting. That it looked like winter had blown over to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the fucking dude, in the woods in the north. In the woods in the north, there was sun streaming through the fucking trees. I mean, maybe you walked away at that point. You were disgusted or typing or something. But I mean, it was there. There was a shot. It was clear as day, dude. The sun was shining through the trees up north as they went north. So winter's gone, dude. Winter's gone.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
Winter is coming, maybe, but unfortunately, winter is a premature ejaculator.
Yeah.
So it didn't last very long. Winter came, but not very long.
Maybe it shot some blanks.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was just a light cold front. Actually, it's a worse winter right outside my window right now. Nothing unites people like good story turned to shit. Soupy Colombo, $5. Bless you. That was so good. That's going in my next video. Thank you, Soupy Colombo. You are correct. The fandom menace. God, you're so right. Zaries for £5. This was a major disappointment. Rushed all of the character development and build up for nothing. Definitely not watching the prequel after this. And yes, people, stay strong. Don't watch The Last Jedi. Don't watch Star Trek Discovery Season 3. And don't watch the prequel. Don't let them don't let them take you for granted. And that's, yeah, they'll learn.
Well, that's what I always say. Without respect, we reject. I mean, I say it all the fucking time, and that's something that we've got to teach them, because if we don't, they're never going to change. They're going to think that they can serve us any steaming piece of crap that they can just shit out on a cheap budget, and we'll just lap it up because we're stupid rubes that don't know the difference.
Yeah, better yet, make your own stuff. If you have the ability and the desire, I would love to see just this, swell of independent creators come up as a response to this, and all the franchises going to crap, and fandom being treated like crap by creatives. And I'm waiting for it. I'm checking my watch, which I don't even have, for fan backlash. This will be the fans' fault, and fans complaining it's going to be all our fault. I even know some of the culprits. And I will be watching, by the way. I will be watching. Because whether you like this show or not, period, if you're a fan, we have your back. So no matter what. And if you like this episode, again, cool. You might want to sit this one out. It's cool. But yeah, all the prophecies amounted to a hill of beans. Jerry Groud for $2. A hill of Jerry, thank you for being very classy with that comment. I would have gone to a Bandini Mountain. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bandini Mountain. You had to be in Southern California. Bandini Mountain is a mountain of cow manure and the ad has a guy skiing down a mountain of cow manure, and they're all Bandini Mountain. It's from the 70s. It's a mountain of Bandini Mountain.
Well, I gotta say, all the prophecies and all the promises on this show did not amount to a hill of beans. Human beings, in this case, baked beans in King's Landing. That's basically what it was, and it's so screwed up. And I want to ask also, what the fuck was Tarly doing, sitting there with all the rest of them? Is Sam Tarly now like a ruler or something? Like when Tyrion is doing his pitch for King Bran and Tarly's sitting there. I mean, it's just like whoever was around, whatever parts of the gang were around.
By the way, folks, yes, he was the Lord Paramount of Horn Hill. He's not Lord Paramount. He's just a lord. His oh my God, his liege is Bronn, and but I guess he was the lord. But then, was there a massive time jump at the end, because then he became Grand Maester, which takes years, but it looks like he just finished it up I think he did an online correspondence course for Grand Maester.
Well, they went ahead and promoted Kirk to be captain, in Star Trek: The Motion Picture by Jar Jar Abrams, and then the same group went over to Westeros
Oh
and
yeah. Okay.
took care of it.
Well, that totally makes sense because because somebody said the word "the" in the first episode, so that led to this. Rad Willie won $5. 6 kingdoms. The 7 kingdoms are actually 8 kingdoms now. It has 7 kingdoms without the North. They really have no idea, do they? They have lost the plot, lost everything. Right back to when Gendry called himself Gendry Rivers, which is something I forgot to point out in my. But yeah, he would be Waters or Storm. That's a bastard name, but he was born in King's Landing, so it'd probably be Waters, not Rivers. He wasn't born in the Riverlands. Jody Williams, $5. The last 2 months weren't ours. They came from another timeline where Hillary won. I'm convinced of it. I'll add the Twin Towers are still standing. No, yeah, they came from there is a world out there where the Twin Towers are standing. Star Wars is good. Star Trek is good. Disney never bought Marvel Comics. It's out there somewhere. We need to work on it. Could you work on the slider technology, Doomcock?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we've already talked about that in the Exozone, and I'm sure we will discuss it again. Alternate realities, quantum theory. That's the kind of exozone-y kind of thing we love to do.
Yeah. Do you think we could start a GoFundMe for dimensional travel?
Yeah. And then we will travel to wherever Benioff and Weiss are, probably on a beach somewhere with their ill-gotten gains, and we'll take our ill-gotten gains because I don't think we could invent that.
Yeah. Well, if we could slide over there, I'll steal their Coke and sell it, and then we can. Yeah. Okay. So. We can do that. Yeah. In my opinion, of course.
Yes, allegedly, and for humor's sake only, humorous purposes only.
Michael Gonnett for $4.99. Someone in the writer's room confused Arya and Yara's endings. They certainly did. Well,
yeah. That's so dumb.
Yara is supposed to be Asha, who wanted Jon Snow. God, that whole council scene was so dumb. She's like, I want Jon Snow dead, but I'll vote for his brother for king. Okay, everything's cool. 6 kingdoms, 8 kingdoms. It doesn't matter. Grey Worm was just fighting for Hitler, and then all of a sudden goes, okay, let's not let Tyrion go. Let's let him decide everything, and then we'll make him hand to the king again. And I love Tyrion. I do. And I'm glad he lived, although honestly, Tyrion died a long time. They all died a long time ago.
No,
the dead killed him.
He's not. Yeah, no, he's not Tyrion at all. And it's the damnedest thing. Grey Worm sure has a lot of balls for a guy with no balls.
He does.
Jesus, he is mean, and he is like snapping orders, and he's acting like fucking Mr. Drysdale in the Beverly Hillbillies if Drysdale were to try and travel and assume command of forces.
Yeah, and it does. You know what? It did the Grey Worm character no justice. To be honest with you, he deserved better than that. To be just this angry guy going to Noth and like giving the finger to Westeros.
It's so phony, dude. It's so phony. The writers do not consider the ramifications of what they're doing. They are never actually putting themselves into the shoes of the characters they're writing. If Grey Worm had been a slave in the Unsullied, as he is purportedly in the story, he would have seen tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, family members and friends killed at the whims of powerful people, right and left and right and left and right and left. And he is not going to lose all of his shit and suddenly grow a new pair of balls just because Miss Sandy gets beheaded. If anything, he'd probably